Thank you very much, Ms. President. I must say that it is really a disgrace that Ms. Borla is not with us today, and even greater disgrace that he doesn't have any real intention of showing up. I must say that we in Croatia know very well how Pfizer works. Pfizer was penalized in 2012 in Croatia for bribing Croatian doctors responsible for registration of medicines, and also doctors in the Bioethics Commission who were evaluating clinical trials. And in the end, Pfizer had to pay $60 million. Back a few years back, you were also fined, I believe, in the United States for $2.3 billion for false advertising, and it's a long list, but I won't spend my time on that. I'll go straight to my question. My office received an assessment from independent researchers from Canada, 500 of them, Canadian doctors, scientists, and healthcare practitioners, independent. And it is an assessment regarding original trial report from December 31st, 2020. I suppose it's your clinical trial published in New England Journal of Medicine. So in this assessment, they went through your data and they claim that you failed to test your product in a correct way, that you had inadequate control groups, that you had wrong clinical endpoints, that it was not tested for spread reduction, that you skipped animal testing, failure to report serious adverse events, that the trials were unblinded, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So there are a lot of problems with your trials, they claim. So my question is, were these original trials, according to which the vaccines, your products, were approved, for example, in the European Union, were these trials verified by somebody independent, somebody who is not from Pfizer? Yes or no? Thank you.
That's true, the clinical trials. Can anybody take that question?
When you talked about the Canada clinical trial, was it?
Yes.
Actually, that's... Oh, sorry. The Canada clinical trial, actually, is that what you were referring to? Actually, I don't believe any of the information on that. From that point of view, I am aware of, but I'm more than happy to get back to you at another point in time to be able to respond to that specific aspect of it. But from my point of view... Oh, do you have the...
No, well, I'd like to make a comment to that. We have lots of real-world evidence.
Maybe you should introduce yourself,
yes,
because people don't know that you're from Freiburg.
Yeah,
yes.
from Pfizer.
Hi, yes. My name is Bharati Shivalkar. I'm a physician, and I'm the country medical director for Pfizer. So regarding the clinical data, you know, we were in a pandemic. Things had to move on. The regulatory authorities also worked together with us. And those clinical data are published. Post factum, of course, there's a lot of criticism, but I would like to point out to you that we have real-world evidence, real-world data in billions of people around the world, people and patients around the world, where we know that the vaccine has been safe and effective. I'd like to stress also the comment that the colleague from CureVac made. Such a vaccine would never be out there for patients, for people, if it wasn't safe enough. So safety is something that is never compromised. The other point that I'd like to make is, let us not all forget that we are here thanks to the efforts made by the pharmaceutical companies. We are able to sit here and discuss the COVI committee, what the COVI committee should bring forward, thanks to the efforts that were made. I'd like to also make a comment on the point of the pregnant ladies. There is also lots of evidence, lots of real-world evidence from the UK and Israel on complications in pregnant ladies who were not vaccinated. So I think there's more evidence out there where there were less issues with pregnant ladies. I can provide you the data later on.
Okay. No. Again.